Let me take you back to when I was just 10 years old and I stumbled upon the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. No, not that. Well, yes, but there we go. Just picture this. Giant spaceships, badass guns, and big robots. I present to you Titanfall. Fast forward to October 28th, 2016, the day God smiled at us. We got a sequel better than the original. I still remember that Friday morning. Barely awake from the excitement as I fired up my Xbox before school to start the download. You know how it used to be. And let me tell y'all, it was worth the wait. Titanfall 2 took everything the first game did right and cranked it to 69. It's a masterpiece of a shooter with an amazing campaign to match and the best feeling movement system in any game ever made. The crazy part is, despite all that, Titanfall 2 was considered a commercial flop by EA, selling only 4 million copies in the first month compared to the 10 million sold by Titanfall 1. It left us wondering if Titanfall 3 would ever exist in the same world as TikTok.
What the is this?
Then, out of nowhere, just as you thought the boss was dead, the second phase began. 3 long years after Titanfall 2, we were surprised with the release of Apex Legends. Finally, another delicious morsel of Titanfall to quench our thirst. But after years of struggling to meet player expectations, bugs, exploits, cheaters, boosters, it's somehow the #1 battle royale game on the market. Though we aren't here to talk about Apex for once.
Let's get down to the business of sucking every loose penny out of Mr. and Mrs. Average Knucklehead. What's our big ticket item? Upgrades, people, upgrades. That's how we make the dough.
Titanfall 3. My pussy tingles just thinking about it. This game is EA's last hope. All their other game franchises are either dead or canceled, so unless they have Gigadick's Great Adventure planned to drop here pretty soon, Titanfall 3 is EA's get out of jail free card. September 13th, 2021, there was the infamous GeForce Now leak, which leaked over 80 allegedly upcoming titles. Among this list was
Titanfall 3.
It's been almost 2 years since this leak, but in those 2 years, 53 of the 81 leaked titles have already been released or confirmed in some way. Not only that, but Nvidia themselves confirmed that this leak was in fact real, though they do say it includes speculative titles. In a recent interview, Respawn founder Vince Zampella was asked if Titanfall 3 is happening, and suddenly he's the goddamn Riddler. He's given us these cryptic ass messages. He said, quote,
It's a hard question to answer, but ultimately I would love to see something.
Why is it hard to answer, Vince? You could have just said no, but instead we've got to find all 8 pages just to find the real fucking answer. This interview happened on April 27th of this year, by the way. And since then, we've had a bunch of big creators randomly making Titanfall videos, like FaZe Jev, who said himself in the video he's only talked about Titanfall once on his channel until now.
And welcome, probably for the first, maybe the second time, I can't really tell, but the first times I've ever made a video on Titanfall 2.
I could be reading into it too much, but I just find the random resurgence of popularity a bit odd. You know, I'm about to pull Shane Dawson and make a 2-hour 3-part series about if EA has the cognitive ability to make a game people actually want. Hey, what's up, you guys? It doesn't end there, though. There's been significant restructuring going on at Respawn 2, which raises more suspicion.
What are you doing?
They canceled the single-player Titanfall game out of nowhere. They created a whole new studio to work specifically on Apex. They killed Apex Mobile for seemingly no reason, like, what's going on, Respawn? If I didn't know any better, I think they were plotting and scheming. We know they're working on new Star Wars games, which, buggers! But they have 2 other entire studios that are just chilling.
I'm just goofing. New boot goofing.
Like, there's no way both of them are working on Star Wars games, right? So I'm just saying, Titanfall 3 is coming. Would you believe me if I said it's been almost 7 years since Titanfall 2? Yikes, bro. But you know what's even more unbelievable? The fact we don't have a 3rd game yet. Well, if it were up to Respawn, we probably would have been blessed with it by now, but in case you didn't spawn in before 2016, Respawn is owned by EA. So that means EA more or less has to approve everything Respawn does. And EA is known for liking one specific thing very, very much.
Hello, I like money.
They like it so much, in fact, that they don't really care how good the games they make are so long as it makes more of said thing. They don't know that if the game is good, it will make even more money. Anyways, my point is Respawn has been pretty vocal about wanting to make a Titanfall 3, but EA simply doesn't share the same enthusiasm, it seems. Which for a company as money hungry as I find that really fucking weird. Recently, it's almost like they're taking the try to lose as much money as possible challenge. Like, it's painfully obvious the company's being run by a bunch of old heads. Like, they killed Battlefront 2 to focus on Battlefield 2042. Like, what? And right before they were going to add the best Star Wars character of all time to the game, mind you, other than Obi-Wan, I love you, daddy. I'm sure they're feeling pretty good about that decision right about now. Like, y'all aren't Valve. You can make a third game.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
EA is in desperate need of a new shooter to compete with COD. Battlefront 2 was the victim of the EA effect for a while, and as soon as it finally caught its footing, they took it behind the shed and put it down. Then they were meat riding the Battlefield franchise for a while, but sadly, it's gone soft. Or they could have just finished the game before releasing it and maybe it would still be relevant. So now the only FPS franchise they have left that's still relevant is Apex, which is only a battle royale, while we have COD that has a battle royale, traditional multiplayer, and a single player campaign. EA might be scared to make a new Titanfall because the last one underperformed somehow, but there's this tiny little thing that has appeared since Titanfall 2. Fucking Apex! Even if it wasn't an already existing IP, Apex has millions of players that would for sure get another multiplayer game in the same universe. Now, just imagine if said multiplayer game was a sequel to one of the most highly praised FPS games made in the last decade. It is literally free money. They could also make Battlefront 3. I wouldn't be upset about that either. The past couple years of gaming have been plagued by disappointment after bad game after unfinished product, and gamers need something new and finished to come out. All the good games that have come out recently are single player games, or at least not multiplayer focused. The last good multiplayer FPS to come out was probably Valorant, and that's a tac shooter, not a traditional shooter. COD Modern Warfare was alright, but it's COD. It's the same game most of us have been playing since 2007. Movement shooters are such an untapped market. That's one of the reasons Titanfall was so big in the first place. And, you know, big robot. But most of the good movement shooters are all single player. Titanfall is the only one that's multiplayer, and now Apex. Honestly, the only multiplayer movement shooter I can even think of is fucking CS Source, and that's only if you're Foon. Competition is what makes great games. It incentivizes people to do better than one another and in turn gives everyone a better product. But when there's no competition, you can get away with whatever half-assed product you make because there's no alternative. This is one of the biggest issues plaguing gaming today. You can argue,
There's more competition today than ever before, dumbass.
but that just doesn't feel true. Most of the best games of all time came to be out of a real competition, not just a cash grab at whatever's trending at the time. Titanfall was so amazing because you could feel the passion that went into it, the desire to compete with giants like COD and Battlefield, which was hard in 2014 because both were at their peaks. Even Apex at release was competing with the likes of PUBG and Prime Fortnite in a saturated BR market. Multiplayer games need to see the same love and competition as they used to, and despite how much shit talking I do, I really think Respawn is one of the best studios to do it. They already did it 3 goddamn times, and I know they could do it again, but I mean, I guess it doesn't matter as long as the dungeon master is keeping them at bay. At this point, I honestly think EA has a kink for watching people beg. Like, we've been asking for Titanfall and Battlefront 3 for years, but instead we get...
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
The only thing EA seems to hate more than losing money is listening to what players want, so they'll probably just announce the game and cancel it to fuck with us, but I mean, on the bright side, at least Apex is doing good, right? Please Respawn! Please give me Titanfall 3! I'm begging you, please! Please, I'll do anything. Do you want me to bark for you? Do you want me to bark for you? I'll do it. I'll bark. Do you want photos of my ass? Do you want photos of my ass? I'll send them to you. I'll do anything you want. I'll do anything.
Let's make a deal.
A deal? What kind of deal?
We will give you what you want. In return, you will do something for us.
Anything, I'll do it. Just tell me what you want.
You will let the whole EA office run a train on you.
Oh, surely that's all? Okay, say less.
And I sentence you to play Apex Legends ranked for not 1, but 2 days straight.
No, please. Anything but that.
I have spoken.
I'll buy all the cosmetics. I have the Mirage heirloom.
A word Yeah, that's cool too. Here you go.
If you thought this video was interesting, you should totally check out this other one that's way cooler and way more interesting than this one. LOL, bye.